Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video of Fox Flicks on the Food Theaters. Today, we're looking at another video, the fourth one actually, on how to conquer the Hot Ones challenge. Now, if you remember before, they've tried many different times to figure out like how to beat the sauce or how to make the sauce or something. It's been a while. But anyway, let's see the fourth attempt at the Hot Ones.
3 years, 3 episodes, 3 chances to find the perfect solution to combat spicy food. And this year, I think we've done it. Tremble in fear, all you restaurants with hot wing challenges. The theorists are going to be coming to dominate your walls of fame. After today's episode, I promise that you'll be equipped to handle nearly anything they can throw at you, no matter how high those chefs crank up the heat. That said, can science actually stand up to the ultimate test? The moment when the hottest thing in spicy food turns cold.
Oh no, that was such a small amount.
Strap in. Here's the ride.
Hello, Internet.
Oh.
Welcome to Food Theory, the only show that tries to be spicy but is actually just a bit bitter. Bitter about never making it onto Hot Ones, that is.
It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings.
If you've been following
Come
our
on.
spicy saga over the last 3 years, then you're well aware that I've been recreating my own science-based version of the series in an attempt to train up for the day that I'm finally invited to meet my unrequited internet love, Sean Evans. The premise of the show is simple. Sean eats spicy wings and does in-depth interviews of all the hottest Hollywood celebrities, and the occasional YouTuber when they need to fill out the guest list. And yet my attempt to copy him in a legally unenforceable way has been unnoticed, ignored. I am Hello Neighbor, he is my MatPat. So you know what? Who needs him? Today we ascend. In this, our final part of the spicy food trilogy, we're not limiting ourselves to his show's signature sauce, The Last Dab. No, we're getting hotter. We're going more extreme than the Scoville scale. The final boss of today's episode requires a waiver and passing not just one, but 2 separate spice tolerant tests in order to even buy it. It is without question the single spiciest bite of food I've ever consumed. Heck, if you take a bite of this that's the size of a grain of rice, your mouth is gonna be feeling it for the next 20 minutes. This right here, this is the concluding chapter to the trilogy, and there's no better way to go out than to go big. Before we get there though, we gotta come in prepared as possible, and that means another series of spicy solutions that need to be tested. Hopefully you've seen the previous episodes in our quest to find the perfect spice solution, but if not, link is in the top right corner of the description, or I can just catch you up right now. Overall, we all know the general stuff that you're supposed to do. Drink milk, eat bread, don't drink water, all that sort of good stuff. But I've been convinced that there are better, smarter, more effective science-based solutions out there. I don't just want to cool those flavor flames, I want to extinguish them. And so, using both your suggestions and our research, Steph and I have been putting them to the test. We've seen some good ones, we've seen some bad ones, and we've seen some really bad ones.
Negative F, what is wrong with you?
In general, we've learned that the perfect spice solutions try to check off as many boxes on this list. They've got to be cold, they got to be sweet, and they got to be thick with as many C's as possible. They're also ideally full of dairy, which contains...
Hey, now, that's not enough C's. You can cover that whole page with them. You probably could have just kept that going like in the background. Just have maybe like the entire floor just covered with C's.
Casein, a protein that's able to dissolve capsaicin, the molecules in food that make it spicy. Lastly, the ideal spice solution is acidic. You see, capsaicin on the pH scale is basic, so counteracting it with something acidic like lemon or lime juice is going to help neutralize the capsaicin that's lingering in your mouth. That right there, that is our list of must-haves. We've also learned to stay far away from anything that contains alcohol, which just activates the same TRPV1 receptors that capsaicin does in the mouth, irritating them in a very similar way. So far, our top spicy food solutions have been sweet lime simple syrup, a honey peanut butter mixture, and at the top of the heap, a cold custard milkshake specifically from our local ice cream chain, Good Berries. All of them are good, each checking off 2 or 3 of the qualities on our list, but none of them are truly great, especially when up against the toughest and spiciest contenders. See also our reactions from last year.
I'm gonna just try real quick, I did this last time too, just so we could get a sense of what the flavor of this thing tastes like alone.
It tastes like fire. What do you mean?
Oh.
The flavor. It tastes like charcoal
There it
and
is.
fire.
So without further ado, it's time for things to get spicy. Let's set up this test. Yes, my friends, this is the final episode in our trilogy of Spicy Food Challenge Solution episodes.
Bet your sweet bippy.
Until next year when we decide to reboot the whole thing.
Oh,
so what are we
yay.
actually testing here today? Well, we are testing a combination of solutions that you've submitted over the last year. We're also testing a combination of things that we have researched ourselves, like new solutions. There's some returning favorites from past years. Basically, this is the epic Super Smash Bros. Crossover episode of all your favorite spicy food solutions. But only one will be able to walk away as the supreme leader.
You could call it food stars, like all stars. That may have been a bit of a stretch of a joke. I'm sorry.
of spicy food solutions.
Which may be more than I can say for myself. I may not walk away from this episode. I may just keel off the chair at some point.
Yeah, there will be
Oh,
one
boy.
winner today and 2 losers, and those losers are the 2 of us.
Oh, yeah.
So the layout for this episode is basically the same, but this year with a little bit of a twist. So we have assembled a solution of 7 different spicy food solutions that you guys have submitted. We're gonna put them to the test against a base level of spicy wing, and then we're gonna take our favorite of those solutions and put them up against the final boss of this episode, the Hot Ones Last Dab Apollo sauce.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then, my friends, there's actually something
Oh.
hotter than that.
I'm sorry, what?
Something, yeah.
Here it
There's
goes.
something that's even
Got-
more sinister, even more creative.
I like
There's
how
some-
I'm not consulted or informed about something that we're having that's hotter than the thing that melted my face off last year.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Thanks, man.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks,
It
guys.
is hotter.
Hey, you
it
married
is more
him.
Sinister. It throws all sorts of monkey wrenches into the works, and it is something that I've been trying to get Stephanie to test out for years.
Oh, no.
So now that she's stuck on camera with me, she's forced to do it with me with all the spicy food solutions available to us. It is
Oh, I know what
There
this
it is.
is. You
figured it out.
jerk.
So join us, friends, as we go about our spicy food journey. Just wish us luck. Prepare yourself, your bowels, and your napkins. Bring out the wings, my friends. Bring out the
Oh,
wings.
boy.
I am hungry and need to feed.
That's weird.
That was weird. Round number
Sounds like something you would hear from like a I don't know, man. Never mind.
1.
Oh, hold on, folks. We'll be right back. And we're back. Let's go.
Perfume?
Okay, so it's probably best to give
Huh.
this one a bit of explaining. This may sound like a really weird choice, but it's actually coming from a pretty reliable source. Hot Ones themselves, or at least the
Oh.
wider First We Feast team. You see, back in 2020, the team posted on Facebook this video of how sniffing perfume could help you lessen the burn of drinking alcohol.
So sniff it and then take the shot. That worked. You don't feel it.
Obviously, we're eating
Huh.
spicy food and not downing shots, but alcohol activates the same TRPV1 receptors that capsaicin does, irritating them in a very similar way. So if it's good enough for a drink, maybe it's good enough for a spicy wing?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I don't see this. There's no way that this one works, right? Because at the end of the day, that this isn't an issue of flavor, right? You're smelling stuff, which is changing your perception of the flavor. There's an actual chemical reaction that's happening in your mouth where pain receptors are being activated. So no amount of smell or perceptual change is going to affect the fact that this chemical reaction is happening in your tongue. There's no chance. Right?
I'm inclined to agree with you, but we've been really surprised on episodes of Food Theory before about things that work and things that don't work.
Yeah.
And frankly,
Yeah.
I gotta lay it on the line here.
Yeah, a prime example of something working was when they decided to use their oven to frickin' cook. If you remember that video, that was some crazy shit.
I have to go into this with some level of optimism because otherwise, we have 6 rounds in front of us and I might not make it.
All right, so I guess the question is then, are you going with Le Jardin de Monsieur Lee, or are you going with...
Unlabeled bottle that I got several years ago. Okay,
Oh
ready?
boy.
Ready, Dink? What are you doing? What you doing?
Quick note, we realized early on that these wings weren't going to be hot enough to get good data for the test, so we paused and resauced the wings, only to then overshoot the mark and make them a wee bit too spicy. I guess spicier is better than nothing. Anyway, it was time to restart the
Yeah.
test with a respray. I was assuming Steph would spray the perfume on her wrist or maybe her chest, but instead she went with the much more unconventional option.
I still, no need to respray though, I smell it.
Oh, that was in my eyes. Oh, why?
Oh, why?
That was in my eyes. Go, 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 go,
Steph.
go, go, go.
It's hotter.
This is a lot hotter. The perfume is doing nothing except providing a very confusing
Smell my
experience.
wrist. Smell my wrist. Is it helping?
No.
Is it helping?
Maybe. It's
Maybe
very,
a little.
It distracts me. It's worse. It's worse when I'm not smelling your wrist. It legitimately is worse when you're not directly smelling the perfume.
I can tell you right now, the reason for this is twofold. One is it's distracting from the heat in your mouth. 2, though, the air isn't passing through your mouth. There's that
It's
impulse
not fanning
to
the
breathe through your mouth.
flame.
And be like,
Yeah.
I want to breathe out the heat. But instead, it's forcing you to breathe through your nose, which actually makes it feel better. Like, talking to you right now is literal agony for me. I hate every word that's coming out of my mouth because I'm literally breathing flames. But when I do this, it still burns. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you still feel it, but it's
It's not the
less
best.
sharp. So in terms of
Yeah.
like Solutions, low, but effective.
Yeah.
It's not a net negative. It's not nothing, but it's low. So let's move through this. Let's do another one.
Yeah, let's go.
Round number 2. Nose
Nose
plugs.
plugs.
The general idea here is the same as round number 1, which is like, hey, if you can't smell what you're eating, is it gonna make it better? Again, I
Most
don't
likely
think
not.
that this is gonna do a whole lot because, as we saw with the last round, it's not so much about the smell as it is about where the airflow is going and being distracted from the burning that's happening in your mouth.
I actually think this is going to make it worse because it's going to force us to breathe through our mouth, and that's actually the worst place you could breathe through in this circumstance.
You know, I think as we're pursuing new merch options for our fall or even winter launch,
Oh.
I feel the Food Theory nose plug might be a worthwhile endeavor. All right, here we go.
Blink. Well, good luck.
Huh. This is weird.
No
It's
way.
it's not doing anything.
What?
It's literally not doing. Like if you compare our reaction last time
Oh my god, I'm
to
fine.
where we are now, I'm fine.
Oh my god, I'm fine.
Whoa!
There's-
What?
This is shocking to me. Here, wait, I'm gonna try another bite.
I can't believe this. I'm not supposed to not say anything in these reactions, but I'm actually like speechless. I can't believe this worked. The only place I feel it
Whoa.
is all the way in the back of my palate.
Right now, I'm feeling it in the back of my throat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm feeling it like around the edge where I got sauce here.
Yeah. But
But
the
I'm
middle
not-
of my mouth is actually totally
Yeah,
fine.
my tongue,
Wow.
which is where last round
Wow.
I was feeling it and
I
it
was
was
dying.
miserable. Yeah,
I
it
was
was
dying.
awful. I'm fine. Like
Wow.
I could go back in and do multiple bites of this. at this point.
This is not the result I expected at all.
This is wild.
I'm holding this on here.
I don't think any of us were expecting the nose plug to actually be a viable option now. I mean, whoa.
for my own benefit at this point. It's
game-changing.
so much less spicy. It's not completely not spicy.
No.
But we're talking.
Yeah.
We're functioning normally. I'm not falling off my chair right now. This is amazing.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the sort of visceral reaction of like I'm crying right now or like oh my gosh I'm breathing fire right now. I feel it, and I definitely feel it in my like soft palate, back of my throat, back of everything.
Dude, you go into these episodes, we expect
This is wild.
zero of these things to work. We expect to be miserable the entire time. This one
This is wild.
This one works.
This is unbelievable.
Dude, this works.
This might be the single most effective solution of any that we've done
ever
across the street.
I can't believe that.
I am dumbfounded by
I know.
this.
I also, like you, thought that, like, hey, this is a chemical reaction happening in my tongue. Breathing or smelling is not going to affect this, but it totally does. My mouth
Whoa.
feels warm.
Yeah, I feel
It doesn't feel like super happy, but I'm fine.
Yeah, I could tell that I would be feeling an uncomfortable amount of spice
Yeah.
if I would let myself.
Yeah.
But the fact that for whatever I don't know again if I'm focused on
It's just keeping a lid on.
yeah, it's dampened it significantly. So VO Matt Pat, after this episode,
Whoa.
after we're
Oh.
done here and all this misery is over with,
wow.
look this up and tell everyone what the science is here, because I don't know. This is blowing my mind.
This is incredible.
I got your back there, live action
Yeah.
Matt Pat. As we're all familiar with at this point, the sensation of flavor is actually a combination of taste and smell. This happens because as you chew, you force air through your nasal passages. These food odors are detected by receptor proteins on hair-like cilia at the top of the sensory cells in your nerves, which then send messages to the brain. And even though it's a chemical reaction taking place on your tongue and not a matter of flavor, the conflicting messages being sent to your brain seem to be enough to override the stimulus of the capsaicin. Now, this isn't something that totally prevents the feeling of spice, but even smelling capsaicin can irritate the mucous membranes in your nose,
No,
thereby
he's right
leading
about
to an
that.
increased perception of spice when you eat. So, by plugging our noses, it lessened the overall sensation of the spicy food. We also have some taste buds in
Whoa.
the soft palate of our mouths, which explains why I was still feeling some burning back in that area, but when it came to our tongues, the lack of smelling seemed to completely dampen any spicy feelings.
Round number 3.
Hold it. We'll back and we'll move it on to key lime pie. Huh.
I'm excited about this one. Key lime pie.
This one goes out to Tyler Williams of Tyler and Sophia Nygaard and his love of key lime pie.
This was something that was suggested multiple times by you guys, the audience. And the rationale for this one makes a lot of sense, right? In past episodes of this series that we've done, we found that lime simple syrup worked really well because there was something about the citrus and also something about the sweetness that would help dull and kind of lessen the pain that you're feeling in your mouth.
Key lime pie actually takes it to another level by introducing dairy, and milk is a very common antidote for spicy food. So maybe by
Yeah.
getting the lime lime, the sugar, and the dairy all in there in the same bite, we stand a good chance of
And the thickness, because it's pie. Some pies are very thick.
fighting off these very intense now things.
And you've got like a bread substance in here. So really, this seems pretty darn primed to be like a great solution.
This should be grade A.
Okay, I'm gonna lick the fingers for that extra spice.
You fool.
Oh man, doing it again really reinforces how much the nose plugs did. They did a really good job, man. They're hot.
I don't want to put them in there at the same time. I haven't finished chewing this. Ah.
I wonder what would happen if you, like, dipped it. Wait. Wait.
What? Are you kidding me? Are you
gone.
serious? It disappeared. One thing I didn't think about going into this
He found it. Nope, that's it. Key lime pie. That's the answer.
was there's a fifth thing that this plays into that we didn't think about, which is viscosity. In year 2, I believe it was, we discovered that viscosity is something that's thick, like peanut butter, or again, thick like that lime simple syrup, that's able to linger and kind of permeate everywhere and move everywhere. It's almost like you want some sort of like salve or gel to deaden the heat and deaden the burning. This has that too.
Ooh, it
everywhere.
does come back. It does come back as soon as
It does. You know how they tell you to like smother the flames and put blankets over it and like tamp it out?
This is effectively that. If you're not on the key lime pie train, highly recommend. We were missing out for years. Don't be like us.
I thought that we had kind of like figured it out and we're like, oh, I guess this is as good as you're gonna get when it comes to spicy food.
No.
But no, this is great.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. This
Wow.
delicious viscous discus, a key lime pie, is in a league of its own. And it makes a lot of sense. It checks all of the boxes that we talked about at the top of the episode. We've got acid from the lime component, sweetness and fat from the graham cracker crust, and the cool temperature of the pie itself provides a soothing sensation. To add on to all of that, it also has condensed milk, which is just boiled down milk with sugar. And on top of that sugar, it also has even more added sugar in the recipe. Sugar, honestly, did us a big favor here. This is because sugar directly works by neutralizing the effects of capsaicin. Some theorize that it's thanks to its ability to suppress the bitter compounds found in capsaicin, but that's just a theory. Oh, boop! We aren't there yet. But needless to say,
almost,
this and nose plugs
almost.
are two of the best spice solutions we've ever tried.
Round number 4. I gotta say, I love this episode.
Oh.
Frozen chocolate.
I'm feeling really good going
Okay.
into this round. My mouth is not on fire. My lips haven't fallen off yet. I'm so excited, and I don't think chocolate is a bad contender, to tell you the truth.
You're not wrong there, Steph. Now, chocolate has a few things going for it. In this case, it's
Let's see how it
frozen,
does.
so we're gonna get a bit of a temperature relief there. It's also sweet and full of fat, both of which are gonna be working wonders on the spice. When it comes to fat, capsaicin's considered lipophilic, which is just a fancy way of saying that it gets absorbed by fat. So the more fat that's stuffed into our chocolate, the better it's gonna be. And since chocolate's essentially just milk and sugar, it also contains small amounts of casein, which is that protein in milk that helps you wash away the oil-based capsaicin molecules floating around your mouth when you eat spicy food. That's why today we're focused on using milk chocolate specifically.
I love this episode already.
I know.
After round 1, I'm like, oh no, we have made a horrific mistake by over-spicing these wings. But the fact that we're sitting here at round number 4 and doing fine,
We're in it to win it, man.
we are in it to win it.
Yes.
Haven't even broken a sweat.
Man, I love chicken wings so much, and I never get to enjoy them on this episode.
Ready?
I'm there.
Double. Ooh, chocolate.
Take a bite. A little more
is
chocolate
working.
than you
5 out of
thought.
10. I don't know.
One part of it is definitely from the cold. The other part of it, I'm assuming, is from the creaminess of the chocolate. But I will say, it is not dulling the spice nearly as much as the previous rounds.
No.
As soon as it's out, like, it's coming back full force. It's not weakening it at all.
Yeah.
Woo! All
great.
right.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat now. Oh! Next
Good
round.
animation.
Let's do it.
Round number 5, frozen lemonade milkshake thing. This is, again,
What?
my favorite episode of this series.
I feel like we have a whole bunch of winners, as opposed to last time when it was so clear that we had a ton of losers.
By this point last time, we wanted to die. By this time, I actually still kind of want to die because we're consuming a lot of dessert very quickly.
I still don't feel great, but I feel better than last time, and we've yet to eject anything into a bucket next to us, which at this point is saying a lot.
The concept of this
Yeah.
one should probably make sense to you at this point, right? It's got ice cream, it's got citrus, it's got dairy in there, and
It's
it's cold.
cold.
It has a potential to be a step up from the key lime pie in the sense that it's colder. The key lime pie was like sort of generally refrigerator temperature, but this is freezer temperature, and colder is almost always better in these situations.
One of the things that you keep hearing us say in
Let's
these
see.
first couple rounds, right, is like, oh, it's in the back of my throat. Oh, it's in the back of my throat. Oh, it's in the back of my throat. This right here, as we did in our brain freeze episode, anything with a straw is shooting it straight to your back of your throat there. This might be the best solution for that area. Let's do it. Round number 5.
So what if it turns out that the best solution is both the frozen lemonade milkshake thing and key lime pie, putting them both together? Like you can use the key lime pie for the actual part of your mouth, then for the stuff lingering in the back, you take a drink of the milkshake lemonade stuff.
It continues. Frozen lemonade dessert drink. How you doing?
Tasty.
It is super tasty.
It's a little icy. It's a little bit less creamy.
It is less creamy than I would have thought. Taking a bite out of a pretty structurally sound key lime pie,
Yeah.
it's able to just hang out there until you decide to chew it, right? It's not melting, it's not going away. This, as soon as I get it in, I feel myself having to reapply it. Like I feel like I have to move it around a bunch because it's constantly melting, turning to liquid and running around. This is good. It's definitely our, I would say like second best of the food solutions.
Yeah.
But it is not quite up to par with the key lime.
This one was actually kind of a surprise
Okay.
for us. Highly viscous options have always been the ones topping our charts, so we figured that since lemon juice did really well at neutralizing spice by adding sugar, ice, and everything nice, we'd have ourselves a spicy food killing machine. But instead, we found that the frozen part of the lemonade just didn't cool us down as much as the pie, because it just immediately turned into water. And as we all know, water and capsaicin don't mix. So as soon
Not
as
at
the
all.
soothing sensation of the cold went away, the spice kicked the door back in and washed itself around our mouth and made it right back home in our tongues.
Round number 6.
Ketchup?
This is Corona
Oh, damn it. Hold on, folks. We'll be right back. We're back, and we're on to the final contender, ketchup.
Ketchup. I like that you gave us spoons, so we could just take out a big ol' spoonful of ketchup. Wonderful. Let's go. Oh, this sucks.
It did not mix well, did it?
So, did this make it worse for you? It makes it worse, right?
It's worse. It's worse. It's worse. It's worse. It's worse.
This one is just a prank, right guys? It has to be. There was no way that this could be used by anybody as a spice solution. At least no one apart from Shaggy and Scooby.
Here you go, dude.
Trying to dull spice using
Metal.
ketchup, about the same level of pain that I got from watching Velma. Who would have figured that a movie starring a crime-fighting dog wouldn't adhere to proper scientific principles? Unfortunately, while the
Ugh,
acidity of the
that
tomato and
show.
vinegar, along with the sweetness of the sugar, should have helped to soothe us, capsaicin is hydrophobic, meaning that it doesn't bind to water-based solutions like ketchup. So all of those ingredients pretty much did diddly squat other than to make us suffer more.
What
Yeah,
goes up must
great.
come down, friendos. And after 6 rounds, we were flying high for a while. But you knew it wouldn't be a food theory episode without it crashing and burning
Oh,
at
we've
some
just been
point toward
kicked to
end.
the basement, friends.
That's a rough note to go off of here as we go into the final boss round, which is the last dab. But that's where we're leading to next. I would say ketchup will not be making it into that final round.
God,
Speaking
no.
of that final round, there's no use putting it off. It's time for the last dab.
Final boss time right there. We faced this
Ooh.
puppy last time, and boy howdy, the smell is back. I'd forgotten the smell.
It
What's with
is
the
literally
gloves?
just like charcoal and ash and death. So in previous years, we've been able to control the amount of last dab that we're actually ingesting. This year, we've got a good, solid slather going on.
There's a reason you don't toss the wings in the last dab sauce.
It's a last dab, not a last toss.
I'm sorry.
But even though we were
Oh,
facing down
no.
a monumental challenge, I wasn't as nervous as I usually am. This time we came prepared with all the heavy hitters. Obviously, our winners from year 1 and 2, a lime simple syrup, a peanut butter honey mix, and a peanut butter milkshake from our local ice cream shop, Good Berries. But we also threw in this year's 2 top contenders, key lime pie, and shocking literally everyone, nose plugs.
All right, do you want to add an additional dab to your already tossed wing? So strap in, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to test some spicy food solutions. Maybe there's a reason Sean Evans doesn't want us on his show. Okay, there you go. Boop.
I mean, you're all trying to beat his show,
Just like last
literally
year. I
hack
can't taste
it.
the flavor as much this year.
There is no flavor. The flavor is burning.
I don't know why this
It
protects your
negates,
tongue.
it
Why does
negates
protect
the
your
whole
tongue?
front part of your mouth. It's crazy. It's actually nuts. All right, I'm gonna go in with the peanut butter milkshake now.
But I am actually shockingly fine just from this alone. I could go into any of these right now to cool a little bit of what's happening here.
I'm actually gonna take this off to give these other ones a fair test. Wow, it just comes back.
Oh.
It's so weird. Give it a sec, and it pushes forward slowly across your tongue.
Oh, that is so
It is
bizarre.
so
Ooh.
weird.
That is so weird. Why does that work?
It's so much hotter. It's so much hotter.
Yep. So now that I've done them, this fine, but this was year one. We've grown.
Yeah, this is fine.
We
This is
evolved.
mid.
This is mid. This is solid.
This is top tier. Key lime pie.
And look,
Does a really
it's
nice
gone.
job.
It does a real good job.
Mm-hmm.
So this is better because it's a little bit colder. This is better because it's not liquid, and so it's able to sit on the heat. And again, acting like a blanket, basically tamping out or smothering out the fire that's going
Mm-hmm.
on in your mouth. At this point,
You guys have literally hacked the show. At this point, if he does Wakaum on, he's gonna have to bring out something a lot more than the last dab. Maybe something like the first dab or something. I don't know.
I feel really good
A mega
about
spice.
being able to handle the spicy food here.
I know exactly where to go for an antidote, and for little spice babies like me, that's crucial.
And again, remember, this is a wing tossed in this stuff.
Yeah.
And then with an additional, you had like 2 dabs. I
Uh-huh.
had 5 on mine. And last year, it won't stop, Steph.
I know, it's really
It won't stop.
It's really bad.
We're weeping. The only reason we're feeling spice now, or at least the bulk of the spice, is because we took this off. So this plus these other ones, you're golden. It took us
Yes!
3 years, but I think we finally dialed in the optimal solution here. You ain't got nothing, Apollo sauce.
Get out of here.
You have done your last dab. So we bested the final boss here, but there is another one that's lurking in the wings.
Was that a pun? In the
The
wings?
hidden boss.
Oh! So there is one food.
Yeah, you see, that's one thing about just getting older. You start making puns without even realizing it. And, like, even I do nowadays.
That Stephanie and I have bonded over since the very beginning of our relationship. So for those of you who don't know, Stephanie grew up in a town that has 1 stoplight and not a whole lot happens there.
But there is one thing it has going for it, which is the world's best ice cream shop. People come from like 50 miles around to go to this ice cream shop, which is called Sunny Skies. It's run by a guy who has 2 kids named Sunny and Skylar. Yeah, it's that cute. And they're the home of the world's like first famous spice cream.
One shop has created a bizarre new flavor designed to warm you up.
It's known as Cold Sweat, and it is
Oh.
rumored to be one of the spiciest sweets on the planet. This spice cream is made with 3 kinds of chili peppers and 2 of the hottest hot sauces known to man.
Oh,
This
wow.
is basically a bucket of fire right here.
The ice cream base itself is seasoned with even more hot sauces. Half an hour in the batch freezer turns our fire to ice, and it is about to get hot.
Oh,
Ladies
boy.
and gentlemen, introducing Cold Sweat. This stuff is so intense you have to sign a waiver in order to even taste test it.
They won't let you buy a scoop of it until you have fully taste tested it and come through and been like, yeah, I actually want a scoop of that.
There are actually
Oh,
3
God.
layers of protection around this stuff, right? First off, you gotta sign the waiver, say, all right, I'm on board. Secondly, they give you what's called the grain of rice test, where they literally give you a piece the size of a grain of rice. And you would think, oh, it's a grain of rice, what's the big deal? It will linger in your mouth for no less than 15 to 25 minutes. I went to the store the other day to get this in preparation for this test.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please don't make me actually do the final test, which is the 3-pepper test. They give you a spoonful with all 3 peppers present, and you gotta take it. But at this point,
Oh, God.
we've done last dab, we've done all these spice solutions. I feel like I should be better. I did the rice the other day, the grain of rice size, just to buy this, and I'm like, oh no, this is just as hot as I remembered it. They actually came up with a new flavor that's even a level above this called Exit Wound, which I think
God.
honestly is a fun name, but not nearly as fun as what I would have called it, Freezer Burn.
Matthew's been saying this for years.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. It's a missed opportunity.
Oh, nope, 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 nope. We're back. Let's finish this.
I'll do the 3-pepper thing. Oh wow, you just did it. Good for you.
Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
So
That was such a small amount.
So not only is this incredibly hot and incredibly spicy,
Oh man.
from a textural standpoint, it sucks because it's frozen peppers, and frozen peppers are just nasty. Okay.
Okay.
Nope, I'm feeling
Okay.
okay. I'm banning that. Oh, and there it comes. I thought
Oh,
that
boy.
years of me doing spicy food challenges would make me like, oh yeah, this is nothing. I clearly overestimated this when I was younger. Nope.
While any of these are in your mouth, they really do help. They really, really do.
You're fine.
The problem with this ice cream, and I don't know exactly what it is or how they've gotten it to this level of potency, but every time anyone we know has tried even a little bit, they say that it lasts. And that's the problem. It just becomes relentless, and it doesn't like last in just like, oh, it's a little tickle in the back of your throat. My throat is burning.
So there you have it, friends. If you truly want like a one-of-a-kind, unbeatable, weirdly hot experience, cold sweat or exit wound from Angier, North Carolina, of all things, that is a flavor experience that you're never going to replicate.
Thanks there, live action
Oh,
Matt.
God.
I'll take it from here. And with that, we're finally able to finish our tier list. Our top tier pick from before, Milkshake, is now bested by the absolute outstanding key lime pie. In the A tier, we have peanut butter and honey. Our B tier is a whole lot of citrus with frozen lemonade, lime syrup, lemon juice, sugar water, and ice cubes. Our C, D, and E tiers have stayed relatively the same, except with the addition of perfume in D. And the worst things to ever use as spice chasers, rounding off the list, are vodka, mouthwash, and ketchup. Seriously, I'd rather guzzle the last dab than try any one of those again. I'd rather
No, I
bathe
can
in cold
understand
sweat.
that.
I don't even know if I'm talking about the ice cream or the bodily fluid. But of them all, one unexpected solution reigns supreme. In a league all of its own, nose plugs. A solution that is so powerful that it silenced the all-powerful last dab sauce. It may not be
Yeah.
glamorous wearing nose plugs in a restaurant, but I ask you, what looks less dignified? This or this?
Wait a minute, Stephanie.
Definitely
what
the
if we
boning.
do cold ones? Cold ice creams, even colder, harder truths. Sean
Oh,
Evans,
they
you're my
exist.
Mr. Incredible, and I am your Syndrome. Cold ones coming to a Food Theory channel soon.
Yeah, Matt Pat.
So there you have it, folks. Over the course of these 3 episodes, we've tested over 20 different spice solutions. And now we are done. No more. Nuh-uh. My stomach ain't taking this
Okay.
anymore. I'm not doing this again. Until, of course, it gets the inevitable reboot next year, like all good trilogies do. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit. And hey, if you ever...
Well, folks, I gotta say, that was an interesting one, and seeing Matt Pat finally be able to conquer the last dab sauce, and even try to go for, well, the cold sweat. Anyway, folks, that's where we'll go end off today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link will be in the description, and I'll see all of you folks next time when we flick on. Peace out.